坊ちゃんお嬢ちゃん、前回までのあらすじです。このお話はコリン・ハードさんとスティーブン・J・ファウラーさんっていう連合王国の2人の賢い詩人さんが日本まで旅をしたっていうお話です。それでね、坊ちゃんお嬢ちゃん、どうしてかはまた別の時にお話しするんですけど、スティーブンはちっちゃい青いぬいぐるみの像になってしまったんですね。それとは全く関係なくコリンは京都に着くなり比叡山を指さしてあそこに走って登ると言い張るので、それは迷子になるからやめてくれと大文字で我慢してくれとお願いしたんですけれども、結局コリンは東山を越えて琵琶湖まで走っていってしまいましたで、そして今回それに味を占めてですね、東京から富士山、そして京都へ走っていくというのです。すでにただごとならぬバイブを彼は発していて、いろんな人に食べ物をもらったり、なんかお隣さんから冷蔵庫で預かってほしいと謎肉の塊を押し付けられたり、なんかエラっていうワンコちゃんに助けてもらったりしています。で、日本ではなんかラブホテルに泊まってモスバーガーでラテを飲んだり、なんかふくらはぎに子牛が生えたり、川崎の金山神社の金丸祭であれを舐めたりと旅を満喫しているようです。ではよろしくお願いします。
I spent all morning out running some school kids around the Did I write the previous stories in this collaboration in the first person or the third person? I might even have done something like the second person. In any case, I'm happy in the first person for now. There might be a few things in this story that are not summarized by Kyoko because they weren't in the story when I sent it to her, but that's okay. As the man who brought us our food in the Nepalese restaurant last night commented, if I caught his drift, your stories sound like they're basically, I was in a park and then Colin. You get the picture. I arrived in Tokyo, Narita Airport on the 4th of April at 12:30 p.m, having connected via Shanghai Pudong Airport. I didn't eat anything on either of my flights, much to the concern bordering on irritation of multiple stewards on the first one. Just tell us if you get hungry, they kept saying. I just don't like eating in the air. This is a recurring theme for me at the moment, people trying to feed me, so I must be giving off helpless vibes. On my train to London to get the flight to Shanghai, I got a free meal on the train because my card kept being declined, but recently on another train I got a free breakfast just for being polite. My new neighbours, I'd met them once at this point, recently asked me if I could store some meat in my freezer for them. I was at the house of my trainer and his girlfriend watching Anthony Joshua versus Francis Ngannou. I said yes, but I'd be back very late. Then I remembered that I left my flat door unlocked at all times, so they could just go on in and knock themselves out. That would feel weird. Late is fine, they said. When I got back, I let them know and showed them into the little cupboard where the fridge and freezer are. They had a bin bag of meat, I'm not kidding, like serial killers, but not really. Well, there they are, I said, go crazy. As you'll see, there's actually nothing in either the fridge or the freezer, I haven't used them yet. I'd been there a month at this point. It turned out I hadn't even turned them on. Do you need some help? My neighbour's sister said, who was there with the sole purpose of helping to carry this big bag of meat. This morning, having not slept almost at all because of reading all night about the likely testosterone levels of the historical Jesus, the guy who was on the counter in Family Mart helped me work out the coins for the pair of nail clippers I was buying, gently peeling them from my grip. Even Steve, last night, if I understood him right, was offering to help me in 40 years or something. I also feel like you've been helping me here, Kyoko, with your generosity towards my monolingualism. And just one more evidential anecdote of my helpless vibes. My trainer's dog is called Ella, and if my trainer or his girlfriend pretends to hit or punch my arm or leg or head or whatever, we play these kinds of games, she goes crazy defending me, sitting on my lap, protecting me. After getting off the flight CA293, if the flight number matters, I got the train to Shibuya. From there I began running. I'd arrived in joggers and with a rucksack with this in mind. I ran from Shibuya to a hotel, or I've actually now figured out it was a love hotel, called Queen's Bali, which is in Sagamihara, close to Sagamiko Pleasure Forest. The hotel is designed to look like a ghost ship. Well, I passed over the run like it was a breeze, but actually I should say it was really hard. A little grueling. There were also 3 or 4 abandoned hotels nearby. I'm being semi-exact now because I messaged a friend and said there were countless such hotels, and they replied how many, and when I said 4, they said, oh, I see how you count. 1, 2, several, far too many to keep track of. As far as I can tell, I was the only person staying in this love hotel. There was a massage chair in the room called cyber relaxation. In the morning, after a delicious breakfast with salmon rice and miso soup delivered to my room, I continued on my run towards Kofu via Mount Fuji. The distances involved here are quite large, 157 kilometers in total, and I had a big pack on my back. I think I've mentioned that already. It was steadily drizzling the whole day, and when I did get to Mount Fuji, it was encompassed by a thick and confusing mist. I ate a moss burger and drank a latte there. I also stopped off a few times at 7-Eleven shops and bought apple slices and green tea. I took a lot of photographs of cherry blossoms. I don't get the dissing of them, to be honest. Also a sign that said body care, foot care, manipulative, that made me laugh, and one that said drink message, that also did. In my hotel back in Sagamiko, there was a mouthwash called Breath Splash. I forgot about that. The run to Mount Fuji was still hard and uphill, but it was beautiful, and I also had pics of rocky rivers and shrines and forests. I'm looking at them now as though it was a year ago. The run to Kofu from Mount Fuji was in a way more gentle. It was mostly this descent into a valley, but of course by that time my legs were hurting. We say my dogs were barking. Running downhill is also quite hard for me because I'm more used to running uphill. I run uphill on a treadmill every day and I do hill sprints a lot. My calves were barking, and I don't know if when you do the translation of this, Kyoko, it's possible to convey that calves also means a baby cow. So here just imagine both my legs and a baby cow at the same time barking like dogs. There, I'll include that in the story and we're all at peace. I also saw a sign in Spanish for Paz as I descended into Kofu at someone's house called Ladybird. I wanted to meet this person, but I suppose I never will. The purpose of me doing this long run is I want to write a book-length essay/story about running from Tokyo to Kyoto, or the other way around, or piecing it together as best I can. A story that is also about living art and that thinks about Fluxus, the art movement, and that considers how poetry happens all around us in this diffuse way, and that it's much more interesting, with so much more potential than anything poets actually get down in books. The title I have so far is Soft AF, as Fluxus. My goal is to backfill from Kyoto to Kofu, but I'm not sure I'll manage it with our other commitments this time. I'll see what's possible, I guess. I actually think I will now. When I stopped running, my calves relaxed like omurice, which I haven't tasted yet, but I hope to tonight, and I still hope to now. Kyoko.
東海道新幹線のぞみ号京都東京間は2時間11分、京都と東京の時差は約18分、京都東京間を17分で移動すれば1分前の世界にたどり着く。コリンが京都を出発する前の世界でも実際には出発してしまっている、あるいは現実にはまだ出発していない。轟音を立てて連なる扇状地を左に見ながら突進する新幹線と富士山との間のゾーンを明日のコリン、明後日のコリン、しあさってのコリンがかけていく。コリンを一人また一人一人ビュービュービューと浮いて、のぞみはコリンが走り出す前の時間に向かう。暗くて読めない。花々が柔らかに眠りにつくように閉じてゆく。東京ピンクのもやの中、東京葉月ホールから京都極楽寺まで走って移動するとかなり変態。しかも京都から今度は甲府まで走っていくとか、それはもう間違いなく変態。これが四国のお遍路さんなら参道で抱えきれなくなるほど未完お接待されるところだけれども、どうやらヒースローからすでにお接待の申し出が引きも切らず、続いてコリン地蔵村の前には地蔵盆かと見まごうほどの接待渋滞が発生していた。コリンよ、お接待さんが差し出すみかんはありがたく受け取らねばならない。なぜならそうすることであなたはお接待さんお接待さんらが功徳を積む手助けができるからです。彼らが過ちを犯した 前の世界を一瞬過ちを犯した前の世界を一瞬だけ減税させるスイッチをあなただけが押すことができるのです。中には、いや俺だって三条大橋から日本橋まで東海道サッカーボールをドリブルしながら踏破したよとか、一輪車に乗ってわんこそばをすすりながら旅したよとかいう方もいらっしゃるかもしれませんが、それはただのアホというか、やはり変態はアホを呼ぶのでしょうか。さてその一方で、前回の赤子の拳大のふにゃふにゃした青い象になったスティーブン・J. ファウラーは相変わらず青い象のままコリンのポッケの中に、ご接待さんからもらったみかんと一緒にぎゅうぎゅうになっています。さて今回の問題はスティーブンの日本の相方である福田ペロも姿を消してしまったことです。ですから私が消されるのも時間の問題だと思うので、その前にこの詩のバトン、ポエトリのたすきをですね、誰か人の話を鵜呑みにしやすい若い子に渡しておかねばなりません。東海道を走ることが詩であるならば、のぞみ88号に乗ることもポエトリのポの字ぐらいは詩だろうか。無事に、京都に着いたらオムライスのひよこ色の渦巻くギャラクシーに見える、北極星を頼りに東へと時を遡るグラスゴーの詩人